At 9 a.m.
Seeing no further business, you've all heard the motion. All in favor shall say aye. All those opposed say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The House is adjourned.
Breaking news here tonight at 6 o'clock. Members of the Iowa House, some of them voicing opposition after that controversial bill which removes gender identity protections from the Iowa Civil Rights Act is approved today in the legislative session. It passed in both the Senate and House late this afternoon. The bill goes now to the desk of Governor Reynolds for her signature. And good evening, everyone. As always, thanks for joining us here tonight. Your News Live at 6 o'clock. I'm Ron Steele.
And I'm Elizabeth Kling. KWWL's David Warrington has more from Iowans on both sides of the issue, speaking out today in a public hearing held just a few hours before the full House and Senate votes.
Ron and Elizabeth, a total of 167 people signed up to speak today, with 143 people registered in opposition to the bill and just 24 in support. Those for and against the bill took turns speaking during the hearing while a massive crowd of protesters gathered outside. This bill would remove transgender protections that have been in the Iowa Civil Rights Bill since 2007. Those in favor of the bill say it would protect Iowans in restrooms and in girls and women's sports. Those in opposition, including civil rights attorney Devin Kelly, say it would open the door to discrimination against transgender people. He provided an example of a client he worked with who he says faced discrimination in employment.
The hiring manager then referred to him as Julie and asked, "Is this Julie?" And the position is no longer available. Now, Stephen is smart and had his non-trans friends call, and once again, the positions were open. This is the type of thing that gender identity in the Civil Rights Code protects.
On the other hand, Aaron Culley spoke in favor of the bill, pointing to his faith and his belief that God would not approve of the code as currently written.
I believe God made man and woman with nothing in between. I believe Scripture is clear regarding this topic, and I believe a land governed in a way that honors Christ is a land that God desires. I believe that humanity must position itself in submission to Christ, and when that happens, things are right between humanity and Christ.
With the legislation in place since 2007, Iowa is one of 23 states, as well as the District of Columbia, that protects transgender rights as part of the state's Bill of Rights. David Warrington, News 7, KWWL.
The American Civil Liberties Union of Iowa responding to the passing of that bill today, saying in part, quote, "Today is a difficult day for Iowans who rely on the rule of law to protect their basic human rights. When signed into law by Governor Reynolds, Iowa would become the first state to repeal protections of LGBTQ+ individuals from the state's civil rights law."